Hello YouTube world, Johnny Moe here, coming to you with some of the little tips I use to help cut early morning. Right now it's about 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting the mower ready and take a look. Grass is soaked. So you ask, how do you cut that? Well, here's some of the little tips I use. In the pocket of this mower I carry, first of all, gloves, this little scraper thingy here. So what happens is, this is a big tip. You guys might be thinking, oh, this is silly. This is just silly. To be able to cut early in the morning, I keep this deck spotless. Now I'm going to clean it, but, oops, sorry. I'm going to clean it, but these are some of the problem areas. First I'll check the blades. I just put these on yesterday, but because I cut so much wet grass, they're already starting to dull. Right here, there's a channel that builds all the way out, and there's a little bit that builds right here. So what happens is, if you don't clean your deck, the channel will build to here and to here, and there's only a little opening with no real way of creating airflow, and so it causes a bad quality cut. So, and it happens that down there at that channel and in the front where it has that little weld there, it goes straight out to the outflow into the bagger. So what happens is, every time I dump the bags, I get under here and I take my hand, because the grass is wet anyway, and I'll slide it all the way out, clean the front edge of the deck. Then I'll grab this little putty thing and I'll reach under here and I'll just go like this, and I'll do it in both corners. What this does is allow airflow to keep going through the deck and allow you to cut some wet grass. Now there are some decks that get really badly plugged, like the X-Mark, because they're tightly baffled from the front and the back. This ICD deck has some tight baffles in the back, but not the front. You can see where it opens up down there. And generally you don't get that much buildup. In the afternoon you don't have to clean this deck at all. But you do have to clean the deck in the mornings. I'll be out in the lawn at 8:05. Now, yesterday I posted a video about my schedule and how I need to be home. So I don't have any employees right now, and I don't plan on hiring in the near future, only because I'm tired of the merry-go-round of going through employees. And right now it'd just be easier to do it myself, and instead of trying to train someone. By the time I train them and get them to where I need to be, the busy season will be over, and I would have still had made my customers mad. So that's why I'm not doing that right now. But having said that, in order to get out, I have to get out earlier in the morning, and this is the way I do it. I clean these decks, and you just swipe it with your hand. It'll come right off because it's wet. Now in the afternoon, you don't have to generally clean these decks. This is from yesterday afternoon. I haven't cleaned. I just took a little piece off right there, and there's a little piece down there that I'll just scrape that off real quick, and that's it. This deck is ready to go. But when I get out there in the morning, it'll get all screwed up. And these are the important channels. You keep these channels open, you can cut wet grass. Does it take extra time? Sure. Is it a pain? Sure. If I'd wait till 11, yes. But I can have 3, 4, 5 lawns cut by then, just by taking an extra 2 minutes, scraping the front of the deck, running it down with my hand, and then taking this little putty knife and going like this, and then throwing it back in, dumping the bags, and get going. So there's a good tip for you. What I'd like to do is have you guys post in the comment section some tips that you guys use, you know, to help us all out. I mean, I'm sure there's some really good tips out there that guys use to get through the day. You know, sometimes if it's really dry out, I'll use my weed whacker as a blower to blow off back patios. I'll try not to get anything on them first of all, but if I do, I'll use the weed eater. There's a tip. Scraping these decks like this, you know, keeping your deck clean, keeping the airflow going, your deck will operate the way it's supposed to, and you can cut grass a lot longer. Keeping these blades nice and sharp, I mean nice and sharp. Keep them, you know, every 3 days I'll knock these out. Now these are only going to make it 2. For some reason they're just not that sharp. I cut wet grass yesterday morning, but they're not doing so hot. But I will change them out Monday morning, and I'll have fresh new blades, and then on probably Wednesday or Thursday I'll put another set of blades on, depending on the sharpness. As long as they got a little crisp edge on them, I don't bother with them. But as soon as they start to feel dull, I change them out. And there's another reason why I do that too. They're easier to sharpen. They take less time to sharpen when they're not completely dull to the point where you've got 45, 50, 60 lawns sitting on them, and you're cutting wet grass, you're cutting up stuff, and it's just so much easier. You just run it through the blade sharpener a couple times and it's sharp. It's back with that crisp edge. You're not taking a lot off. Whereas you let them get dull, it takes a while to get down to that nice crisp edge, and you're wearing out. You're spending too much on blade cost because it's taking you a lot longer. These blades here are 2 years old, and they've been sharpened, I don't know how many times, but that's the most important part. So there's a tip. So leave in the comment section any tips and tricks that you have that would help you get through the day faster. This way it would help the community out, you know, being efficient, you know, getting through the day. Again, like I said before, I don't live to work, I work to live. And once you get to that revelation that it's not all about work, I believe you'll be a lot happier person. At this point in my life, at 41 years of age, 19 years in the business, I seek to be more peaceful than I do running, chasing a dollar. Because I realize that I've caught dollars. I've had $30,000 months or $29,000 months. And at the end of the day, all I was tired and had some extra money in my pocket. But I'd rather be more fulfilled in being happy and being, you know, not so tired, you know, managing your finances, getting your finances in order so where you don't need to have $30,000 a month would be great. I'm getting ready to put out a video here real soon. I'm going to talk to you real candidly about employees. I'm going to talk to you about the next generation. I'm going to talk to you about minimum wage. So stay tuned for that video, and please, if you can, post some tips down there. Some really important tips that you guys use, that you use them every day, and like, hey, you know what, that'd be a good tip. Let's share this with the community. Let's help each other out. Let's, you know, make sure that we're being as efficient as possible, you know. All right, that's my time.